Hey guys, Rob here with McDojoLife, and the man you just watched knock another guy out using nothing more than his magical chi finger goes by the name of Shri Vasudeva Kishore Gurukul. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to call him Guru Kishore. And while Guru Kishore looks like India's version of Mr. Clean, he's much more like India's version of George Dillman. According to a biography written by one of his students, Guru Kishore is actually a master of a martial art known as Kathiya Yoga, which is not to be confused with yoga by Kathiya, which was like the only thing that really popped up when I tried to research who this guy was about this martial art. As a matter of fact, I couldn't find any information at all about Guru Kishore or the martial art that he claims to teach, unless it was written by him or one of his students. Which actually brings us back to the clip of the video that I showed at the beginning of this breakdown. That clip is actually a part of a much longer video that is chock full of a bunch of nonsense that gives us some great insight into the nonsense that the guru teaches and the nonsense that his students believe. Let's check it out.
All the martial arts is same. All the martial arts is good. All the martial arts is very good. Yoga, spiritual, karate, kalari, all the martial arts is same.
No, Mr. Guru Man, not all martial arts are the same. As a matter of fact, they have different names, specifically because they are completely different from each other. They have different skill sets, lineages, places of origin, techniques. The list goes on, but ultimately, no, not all martial arts are the same at all. But please, continue your babble.
The Marma technique is divine. The spiritual technique is touchless.
Sweet. Finally, we're getting to the good stuff. Divine heavenly power used to knock people out without touching them. But I wonder how exactly that works. Maybe his student can explain.
He will generate the energy inside and releasing it through his hands or through the eyes or through the head or through the body. Like that he can control a person standing apart. And we don't use these techniques for attacking. This is for usually these techniques are for treating people. Okay, it is completely used for treatment in the earlier days because certain people, they will not allow us to come near. They will just shout, yell and all. So these techniques were used to control the person without touching the person's body.
That's right, you heard correctly. Apparently this divine power brought down could be emitted from any part of your body and was actually originally used to treat people who didn't want to be treated. But when he says terms like early days, that must mean that this martial art is very old. And if it is that old, how come we can't find any information about this martial art at all?
Any technique has its other side. So people started misusing this thing, and that's why this technique has been completely concealed, and it is vanished from it.
Wow, so it's just like Star Wars. Apparently all the evil Sith Lords decided to misuse this power, leaving only a select few to actually have the divine power to be able to knock people out or heal them. So if that's the case, how many people exactly still know how to do this?
So he is the only person living at this moment who knows how to derive this energy and how to get this technique on. Everybody can do this. It is not like it's magic or something like that. There is a method, there are ways which we need to practice on a very daily basis, and in that way we can achieve it. Everybody can achieve it. Couple of people in our class itself, in this area itself, they have our men in this auditorium. They have experience in this.
That doesn't make any sense. He went from the guru is the only one who knows how to do this to anyone can learn how to do this, immediately followed by there are other people in the room who knows how to do this. That just doesn't make any sense. It's funny, but it doesn't make any sense. Magic. Luckily for the assistant, they were able to prop him up and smack him around a little bit to make sure that the chi energy is dispersed so his head doesn't explode or whatever potentially happens when you don't disperse the chi or whatever the hell it is that they're doing. I'm no doctor, but if I had to guess, doing whatever the hell that is probably isn't actually how you heal or help anyone. As I stated at the beginning of this breakdown video, there isn't a lot of information about Guru Kishore online. There's some stuff written by him, there's some stuff written by some students, and apparently he has gotten a bunch of awards that he himself had to pay for, but other than that, there isn't much. But luckily, I was able to find one more video of him teaching students, And I gotta tell you, the students' skills are subpar. Let's check out just a few of those techniques from that video. I call this one Pat the Cake. And of course, if you got to smack your butt a little bit, that might attract some unwanted attention, potentially from flies. So of course, you got to start chopping the flies. And the final most important technique of all this is you need to tie your shoe and then pray, because you just showed your opponent you have no clue how to fight. So you need to make sure that a higher divine power makes sure that you don't get the living crap beat out of you. Time to give this guy some Dillmans. So based off of all that information, we know that Guru Kishore definitely does have students. We know that he teaches no-touch knockouts. We also know that he's teaching that same no-touch knockout to claim that he can heal people. And he also claims that it's divine, meaning it's coming from a heavenly power. And of course, we got a chance to look at some of his students' techniques, which seem to be seizures more than anything else. So I got to give this guy 5 out of 5 Dillmans. As you all know, whenever we start playing around with the woo-woo magical abilities, they got to get the 5 out of 5. It's not always the case, but 9 times out of 10, it's kind of the chef's kiss of nonsense. This brings us to the question of the day, brought to you by BioPro. I've been taking BioPro as a supplement now for a couple months. I actually went from 230. I am now down to 190. I've been on the grind. I've been getting prepared because we finally got the funding we need to finish our documentary, so I'm super excited about that. I moved all the way out here to LA, but BioPro is helping me get back in shape. I truly appreciate them. Use promo code McDojo to get $30 off your purchase. The question of the day is one I ask myself almost every time I do a video about one of these people who have magical chi abilities. Would you yourself stop training legitimate martial arts if you could just knock people around with your mind? Or would you still train legitimate martial arts even though you have this mystical ability? I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about that in the comment sections below. As always, thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and of course, memberships. Thank you guys so much who are members. You guys who are paying members of the page allow me to continue to do stories about sex offenders and pedophiles in the martial arts industry. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for that. As always, keep the martial arts legit.